Gangs, drugs, violence in our streets. It's a tough world out there for Northern California kids.
But there's a local dance instructor who's teaching these kids some steps that could keep them out of trouble and save someone's life. Stan Atkinson with this week's People You Count On when we come back.
And 1 and 2.
A Sacramento fitness and dance instructor is being honored by the governor for helping to shape the lives of young people across the state.
The award will be given next month in San Diego to Pepper Vaughn. Stan Atkinson profiles him in People You Count On.
Pepper Vaughn. I know him. Pepper Vaughn. He's pretty big. Pepper Vaughn. He's right there.
Pepper's his name, and rap his game.
I'll say, what about drugs and all that? They say I'm not going out like that.
I got a funny feeling something's going on.
For nearly 10 years now, Sacramento fitness and dance instructor Pepper Vaughn has been going into the schools on his own time to carry a very important message.
To get those minds right into condition, throw your hands in the air. Come on. If it feels good, say, oh, yeah.
You know, I never, ever want a school to have to say, well, you know, Pepper could have come in and helped someone, or we would have loved to have had him, but we couldn't afford him. Never, ever would that be the excuse.
I like the way he brought the message.
I will say, what about smoking and all that? You'll say, I'm not going out like that. You got it? What about smoking and all that, hey?
Through his original dance and music, Pepper raps about a better way of life.
What about drugs and all that? No. No.
Yeah, it has to be fun, or you're going to just lose kids. Kids just like, that's not fun, I don't do that.
I like Pepper Vaughn. I like his rap and stuff. What he talked about is knowledge, and I think that'll teach us how to get along together.
Pepper Vaughn, I like his rap there because, you know, it's pretty tight, and I don't know if I can rap like that.
What about your life, man? I hear you got problems. Life is full of strife, and you don't know how to solve them, hanging on the corner
with your bottle in hand. Become a freaking wino just like your old man. The beating on your brother like your dad did your mother. That's not the road you want to choose, little brother.
Through his dance and contacts with kids, Pepper has learned the ways of the streets. He knows how to survive.
But it's about also improving the spiritual, the mental, the emotional, and everything, and gaining control and knowing, you know, who you are and being secure with who you are and where you're headed.
You can be all that you can be, and it's totally up to you. You have a responsibility to your community. You have a responsibility to your family. You have a responsibility, first of all and most, to yourself.
Pepper Vaughn says it's important to look the part for his message so he can become part of these kids' lives.
If we look good and feel good, then we can be good.
Another thing that can interfere, get in the way, stop you from being all you can be is drug, for sure. We're not going out like that.
I learned not to gang bang.
Because they could come after the gang, the other gang could come after your family and stuff like that. You should have a successful life.
We got too many drugs, too many gangs, too many mothers feeling pain.
Don't you know that amount of terrible thing to waste, especially if it spills all over the place. We got to stop the violence, get in peace, because we all will see.
Finally tonight, a challenge to young people and to the adults who influence them. Communicate. As CKCO's David Imrie reports, a program at the Kitchener School has driven that message home to both students and staff.
It's a lesson about living. It's Pepper Vaughn's fight against drugs, smoking, alcohol, gangs, and dropping out of school.
And it's not that these are bad kids, you know, or that the world produces bad kids, but it has good kids that influence to do bad things.
The former teacher turned rapper and fitness instructor takes his motivational message to schools across North America.
We just have to make sure that they know we're there and that we keep their self-esteem, you know, as high as possible, and keep telling them about being the best people that they can be.
These students at Queensmount Public School liked what they heard.
Keep going with your education and stay away from the violence and drinking. It was a really positive message, though.
But it wasn't just the students he spoke to.
His message of us doing what we can to understand these kids and getting involved in their music and understanding what interests them is really important in our...
Pepper Vaughn uses his own family experiences as an example, and he warns the students the future will bring forks in the road. The route they choose will be important.
sometimes you have problems, but you can usually get through if you just use your mind.
And Vaughn wraps up his presentation this way.
Love yourself, respect yourself, check yourself so you don't wreck yourself.
It's a program that packs motion, music, and message into a language the students can readily accept and understand. A message that they count and can contribute to society. It's their choice.
You got it, got it.
We got it!
In Kitchener, David Emery, CKCO Action News.
Usually if they are afraid to stand up for what they believe and what they feel in their heart is right, if they're embarrassed because they may not be considered as cool by some of their peers, or if they're kind of uncertain of the immediate outcome, then they tend to hold back and not do the things that in their heart they feel is really right. So we talked about, increasing the strengths to do that today.
Vaughn uses music and dance to get his message across, and he certainly had everyone's attention. Red Ribbon Week begins on Monday.
The King of Funk is largely responsible for the popularity of funk aerobics nationwide, but Pepper does much more than promote the dance form. He also uses it to make a difference in the lives of children. Pepper Vaughn, also known as the King of Funk and the Bad Boy of Funk, travels the country teaching workshops on how to funk up your workout. Although the style is popular with aerobicizers of all ages, Pepper has a special affinity for kids, wanting to get them off the streets and into fitness.
I want to take my talent, my skills and abilities, and do what I can do to bring some of the kids into what I think is a healthy lifestyle.
Although Pepper is the star of ESPN's Fitness Pros, he still donates much of his time to charity events to raise money for children's shelters. He also teaches other instructors how to use funk to get kids into exercise.
I asked him to be my mentor, and my concept came from watching what he did by going into the schools and doing huge rallies and kind of hooking them in by doing their style of dance. He's helped a lot of kids, and a lot of kids stay clean and healthy.
And the kids respond well to Pepper's way of fitness.
It's fun because you're up there with a big group and you're all doing all the same thing at the same time, so it makes you feel like you're a part of something.
A philosophy about life in fitness, and that is that there should be a four-way application to fitness. One is physical, the other is mental, the other is emotional, and the other is spiritual. And to achieve a really good fitness balance for life, we have to make sure that we are as strong and flexible in all of those areas as possible.
I think that's really neat. You do a style that's kind of out there now in aerobics called funk. Is that prohibitive to people to come and take class? How do you handle that when somebody comes in and is not really comfortable with the funk style?
No problem. I kind of make my mark on just getting people to relax, kind of breaking the ice. Say something funny in class, say something stupid, something that will kind of close the gap between you being the almighty teacher and them being the student. If you can bring that energy closer together, and it will help the student relax. If you walk around every now and then, if you look at them and wink and smile, or even something as off the wall as if you make a mistake as a teacher, then all of a sudden the student goes, ah, he's human, you know, and then you can all laugh about it, and then they're willing to try more things. My style of teaching kind of stems from that of being a jazz, tap, and ballet teacher. Because the way I break it down, the funky steps I'm talking about, I break them down to a point where they are comfortable. They're not exactly the same as you would see on a funky video or something at that point, but we get really close and they get that feeling of that funky energy and movement, and then we kind of speed it up and then we really apply it, you know, to its fullest. And they're amazed, they're surprised, you know, at what they can do at that point.
Poster boy.
I'm the man.
Pepper Vaughn may be the man, but the fitness guru was getting some help from the Hawaiian tropic women on Malibu Beach. The 40-year-old is posing with the girls for a poster to promote his activewear and their swimwear.
I just have to do it hands-on. Getting a chance to work and, you know, maneuver the girls around. Who would pass that up?
And that's today's Celebrity Traffic Report.
Meep, meep. And how do you motivate kids and get them healthy at the same time? National fitness pro Pepper Vaughn will join us next. He's in town to get Hawaii's keiki in action with the help of hip-hop.
But I think the true key to that is exercise. How do you get your child motivated, inspired, active? A former ESPN fitness pro has the answer, and he joins us now. Pepper Vaughn has just arrived in town, and you are on a mission, aren't you, to help our Keiki?
Absolutely.
Now, you do it in an unusual way. Well, I think it's unusual. It's hip-hop. It's a hip-hop exercise program. Describe what you actually do with the kids.
Well, exercise is all about moving the body. And if it's not fun and interesting to the younger people, then they're not interested, they won't do it. So we bring it in a form of hip-hop music, hip-hop style of clothing, hip-hop movement, just to make movement fun for those guys. So it's kind of some of the latest street dances, club dances.
This is something kids can relate to.
Right, absolutely.
And that makes
it's cool.
That's right, it's cool. You don't have to put on leotards and listen to an aerobics instructor. These kids would probably just go, I don't like that at all.
Absolutely.
I have a 7-year-old, and I know that he would rather spend hours in front of a computer unless I actually make him go out and exercise.
Right, because as far as he knows or understands, exercise is not fun. Being in front of a computer is more fun. It's not as healthy. So if we can, you know, bring it to an area of familiarity, you know, like his favorite music stars or video stars or something like that, or even his familiar videos, then he'd be more interested in doing it.
And you don't have to be particularly coordinated to do it. Just
no,
have fun with it.
Absolutely. Yeah.
That's what it looks like.
That's why it's called instruction. You
okay. Now you're going to be at Kalani High School tomorrow.
Yes.
You're going to work with a special group of girls on Saturday, foster girls.
Yes, yes. From some of the group homes and out of foster care. We are really concerned about the youth of Hawaii, you know, coming into a greater level of self-esteem and self-empowerment, self-image,
and we'd like to thank you very much for being here to help them. Thank you again, and come back again.
Any opportunity I get, thanks.
Okay, back to you.
Welcome back. Our next guest uses the power of music and dance to help young people get and stay healthy.
We're happy to have with us this morning from Sacramento, California, youth motivational speaker and fitness pro, Pepper Vaughn. Good morning to you.
Thanks for having me.
And when we say fitness, this is not just a hobby for you. You are accomplished in several areas.
Well, thank you. Yeah, this is very much my lifestyle, my contribution to humanity and you know, making the world a better place is to travel all around and try to touch as many lives as I possibly can, encouraging them and motivating them to go on a fitness regimen and be healthier. Yeah, children, you know, especially kids.
How did you get on this path?
Well, actually all my life I've been pretty much physically active, you know, martial artist, dancer, so forth and so on. Yeah, all my life I've been involved in some type of dance or sports or athletics.